team, we're back. It's Joe and
Abram.
we're here to talk about service reflections this morning. So what we want to do is think a little bit about what service means and how we can connect with our guests to make service experiences memorable experiences.
You know, we're going to take this time to focus on how us, as team members, when we go out to other organizations and the service we experience and how those companies take care of us and make us want to go back and frequent them.
And in some cases, we've all had experiences where something went wrong. What is something that those individuals did that made it right for you? Just like it's important for us to make it right for our guests. So we're going to start out and talk a little bit about our own personal experiences. And April, you're going to get us started with...
This is Interview Joe with Abram. Now, Joe, new questions for you. Could you share a story, about a time you went to a restaurant or a business, and what made that service special and memorable?
Sure, that's a great question, Abram. And I think that for me, it's always about the open-ended questions and finding a little bit more about our guests. So I had an opportunity to surprise my wife and take her out for our anniversary. It was a very last-minute reservation. I made the reservation online. But I happened to actually call the restaurant in advance just to make sure that they got the reservation. And the individual who answered the phone was asking those open-ended questions. What's bringing you in? Is there a special occasion? How can we help you celebrate an anniversary? And when we got to the restaurant, not only did we get warmly welcomed by the entire staff with a standing ovation for our wedding anniversary, it was our 25th wedding anniversary, but we got a personalized dessert at the end. The chef came to our table, and it's still something that my wife talks about every single day. And the thing that really, I think, I took away from that is it didn't cost that restaurant another penny in terms of cost. They didn't have to go out and do a bunch of market research or anything other than ask a few questions, engage their team, and make a personal connection with our guests. And Abram, when I think about what our team members can do, let's say at the front desk, what are some of the things that they can do to do the same things?
Some of the things they can do, some open-ended questions they can ask is, how can I help you today? Or, how was your stay?
Exactly. That level of service, that being able to personalize service, again, make that personal connection. Use your name, follow up with the guest name. These are some of the things that are going to be the most important things in really driving our scores to the next level and making us the best of the best in terms of service delivery.
Joe, if you don't mind, I have another question for you. Could you reflect on a time when you experienced an issue related to service? How did that organization resolve that problem for you?
Sure. So, as we all do it here in Central Texas, I live in a community where there's a lot of construction going on, a lot of nails in the road, and unfortunately I get flat tires quite a bit because of that. I go to a small tire repair area, a station, and because I get so many tires there all the time, every once in a while I go in and it's someone new and they're not familiar with my vehicle and they're trying to do the right things, but they didn't put the right tire on my car. And it caused a little bit of a problem with the alignment. I'm not a car person, so I really didn't know what was causing all these issues with the car, kind of wobbling and shaking. And when I went back in, very displeased, because I knew it had to be something with regard to the new tires that were in. The service person came in, and what really impressed me was the ownership they took. They didn't make excuses, and they didn't try to find a way out of it. They said, you know what, we made a mistake. And when we make a mistake, we own up to that. And we're gonna take care of not only the cost of this repair here, but we're gonna make sure that the next time that we come in, that we're gonna give you a discount on all of the tires when it's time for you to get your car serviced. So that to me was really a situation that could have gone bad. They could have said, oh no, this is not at all our fault, or this shouldn't have been this. They owned it. They absolutely took responsibility and working with me with a solution that really made me a loyal customer for them for now until I don't drive a car.
Thank you for sharing, Joe. Now we get to the point of our pre-shift video where we talk about takeaways and reflections from what we've spoken about today. So, Joe?
You know, Abram, we deliver reliable and friendly service by making it right for guests before, during, and after their stay. It's more than just making it right when there's a problem. And so I want everyone to think about that portion. How do we make it right before our guests came? We used to talk about anticipating guest needs. So take a minute, talk with your teammates, and how are the things today, right now, with the guests that are arriving today, what are the things that we can anticipate those guests are going to need?
Excellent, yes. You know, I'd also like to say that we can take examples from our own experience. You know, take those, learn from those. How would we want an organization to make it right for us if we were a patron of that establishment? And we can take those experiences from our personal life, learn from them, and create a better experience for our guests.
Exactly. And now,
it is time
for the challenge. So I want you or your team to talk about what the elements of what we just discussed. Use this pre-shift, and now the first of your team members that comes to HR and goes to Abram, goes to B, goes to Angelica, Sandra, Sophia, anyone there, and turns in the 3 things that we can do in your department to anticipate guest needs will be eligible to go in a drawing for a prize at our next CVR rally.
So come by, see us in HR, and give us those 3 items, and we'll see you at the next CVR rally.
And we'll see you at our next pre-shift video.